Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So it is April 1st in Michigan right now, and as most of the people who live like up north know, car season is quickly approaching, right? So if you've seen like my last video, I made it to the track like twice in 2021. And this year, you know, obviously we're going to continue doing track days. And, you know, like one of the things that I like, you know, really want to do is kind of like improve the car a little bit. But one of the things I'm adamant about is like knowing like what each component that I add to the car does. So to do that, I'm going to be like doing this, I guess like doing kind of like a small build series where I'm just adding kind of like one component to the car at a time, suspension wise that is. So yeah, today's the first day that we're going to do mods for the 2022 season. So without further ado, let's kind of get into what we're going to be installing today. Today we're going to be installing the Flyin Miata front and rear sway bars for the NB Miata. From what I understand, sway bars is supposed to be like one of the biggest like bang for your buck upgrades for a Miata, really to any car, but also to Miatas as well. So we're gonna upgrade that. I'm not upgrading the sway bar endlinks today. I don't really see a need for that. We'll kind of see that like in future videos, like why. But yeah, so I've been hoarding parts for the winter, and this is, you know, the first thing we have. As you can see, you know, here this sway bar is pretty beefy. When I get the OEM ones out, I'll be able to like, you know, kind of go in depth about like, I guess the thickness of this piece. But if you don't know what sway bars do, pretty much they help the car with like turn in, and basically just, I mean, like you can get a more technical person to explain it, but from what I understand, it's about turn in, and then they minimize body roll a little bit too as well. So basically, like as you're turning, it adjusts the camber, like your camber is gonna adjust more, like OEM, like stock. But like when we go to the track with these upgraded sway bars, we should see like, you know, I guess less camber, be less affected. I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna help us out though. If you looked at any other track videos, you'll see that the car was really rolling a lot. Kind of like causes like poor weight transfer, so like the car won't turn in as fast. So now we should be a little bit quicker at that. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. Bar as well. As you can see, like one of the big selling points here is that it's adjustable. It has three different holes for adjustments. As you get like closer inwards, it makes the bar stiffer. It's gonna make the car more likely to steer in that direction, I believe. So yeah, again, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, so next clip we'll get to work. So all right, so I kind of lied. I said we were gonna be doing work by the time we got to the next clip, but that's not true, and it's all right anyway. So there's these sway bar end links, is what I was talking about earlier. First, I'm going to take off this bolt and maybe that one. Maybe that one. Don't know yet, but definitely that one. Excuse the ugliness. It has been sprayed with oil because rust. Yeah. Also, the bracket that you can see right there. That little bracket, we're going to be replacing that. We're going to be replacing that bushing. There are two of them, one on this side. I'm on the passenger side currently, and then one on the driver's side. Same with the end link bolts. So yeah, once we get those done, and I get the bar out, that'll probably be the next clip. Yeah, let's get to work. I know it probably looked different. That is because it has been maybe 3 weeks, but I have good excuses as to why I wasn't working on the car. But anyway, all right, I finally got the front sway bar out after much heartache. I don't know, let's get it. Let me just show you guys. So first problem that I had was the actual like end links, the sway bar end links. All right, so I live in Michigan, so the Rust Belt really, like, this is my first experience with like whole rust, well, I don't know, first experience with like rusty suspension, I'll say. But anyway, so yeah, I had to cut the end links off. Like, as you can see, like right there, I was able to cut this one off. This one I kind of had to hammer out and then cut it later. It was a mess. Same thing with like the other sway bar end link on the passenger side. But anyway, I wanted to show you all, like, this is the difference between like the stock bar. You can see like how like this is kind of dainty, but like this is, you know, much meatier bar, the Flyin Miata sway bar. Not sponsored, by the way, but yeah, so you can see, I don't know, camera's really not doing it justice, but whatever. Oh, wait, you can see it really good right here. Right there. Yeah. So, yeah, this bar is a lot bigger. You can definitely see it like right here too. This is the thickness of the stock bar, and then the aftermarket bar, the Flyin Miata bar. So, all right. I just wanted to say that. Whew. All right, so I'm about to install this thing. We'll see how it goes. Might be some issues. You'll see them if there are. All right, so after a little bit of time, I have the sway bar kind of mocked in place. I don't have the brackets or bushings on it yet, and obviously I don't have any end links. Obviously there are no end links there because I had to cut them all out. But yeah, I wanted to show you all about one more part, a couple more parts rather. So I got these Whiteline end links from Whiteline. Ordered them from Fab9 tuning. So I'm gonna try to put these in. I know my car is stock height, but I'm hoping that, you know, they'll still work. Despite that, I am gonna lower the car a little bit. Be coming in a future video, but yeah. Anyway, I have new sway bar end links, and hopefully these will be like a lot less like difficult to deal with than stock, since the stock ones kept like rotating. I kind of like these just because they're adjustable and everything, and yeah, hopefully they'll work out a lot better than the stock ones did. We'll see. To be continued. All right, so I finally got the front sway bar in, like the new one, and I got the old rear sway bar out. So first, we'll take a look at the new one. Let's go. All right, so you can kind of see the new bars in place. I have my Whiteline sway bar end links. I gotta tighten this one, I forgot. Hopefully I remember that before I start driving. We'll know in the next clip or so. Anyway, so you can see like it goes back there. Not a whole lot to see. It was pretty simple. Like doing this. You know, the install was easy. I would say the hardest part about this was taking the sway bar out. We'll see what it drives like. I see that it's like we're like a little close here. I don't know if it was like that before, but we'll see. I mean, this is a thicker bar, right? The clearances should be a little bit tighter. But yeah. Anyway, just the engine bay, don't mind that. All right, let's go to the other side. Other side, similar thing. You can see the Whiteline sway bar end link. You can see the FM bar. Don't mind the rust. I know it's bad. Let's go over here. Now let's go over here, and like I have the rear bars for comparison as well. So, all right, up here we have like the Flyin Miata rear sway bar. As you can see, it's got 3 adjustable points. Yeah, so you can kind of tell the thickness, the difference in thickness between the two, maybe. I don't know. Just take my word. This one's like pretty small again. This one is very much so a little bit beefier. I wouldn't say it's not nearly as thick as the front sway bar, but that's to be expected. I managed to only have to cut out one of the sway bar end links, so that's neat. The other one, like literally the only sway bar end link that came out like using like the general method of putting in your your Allen key, and then, you know, using an open-end wrench or whatever, and getting the nut off. You know, that's the only one that worked that way. So 25% had to be cut off, but whatever. So now I have like bushings. I have bushings, new bushings for soy bar bushings for the rear. I'm gonna put those on. Then I'm gonna, apparently the kit reuses the brackets. And I also have some like, I also have some Duralast like endlinks as well. So I'm gonna end up using these for the rear. Yeah, I didn't feel like buying another set of the Whiteline endlinks, but because I didn't know what they would be like, but after using them, I highly recommend. Pretty neat because you can adjust it like on the fly. You can adjust like the height. You know, just adjust like I guess the loading of the sway bar or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but I don't know. Thought that was kind of neat. I'm definitely gonna get some for the rear when I do the next upgrade that we have scheduled. Anyway, next clip, hopefully things will be installed, or maybe not. All right, so I finished installing the rear sway bar, and I tightened everything up. Also installed the new sway bar endlinks as well. Yeah, let's take a look at it. I also had to like, the only tricky part about this was like it's basically the same steps as the front. Only difference is you have to kind of like clearance the sway bar, and there's like a little, I don't know, piece of sheet metal between the trunk and the sway bar. You have to clearance that a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. This is the driver's side of the car. The bar is in. There's that weird angle, but when I took out the sway bars, like the existing ones, the ones before, the old ones, same angle. So I'm sure it's gonna adjust a little bit. I'm assuming it's gonna correct a little bit, like once the suspension has some load on it. So I'm not gonna stress about it too much. Yeah, pretty easy. Like those bolts up there, 14's pretty easy. Everything's a 14, so it's not bad at all. That is the little trunk pan. So this little piece of sheet metal right above the bar had to be clearanced, but you know, just pushed it out of the way. Should be okay. We'll see when I start the car, but I won't bore you guys with that. Same thing on the passenger side. Kind of see the weird angle, but I think it'll be okay once the suspension is lowered. So yeah, that concludes the video for today. Relatively simple install. For all my people who are from the South, you should be fine, or like states where your cars don't rust, should be okay. People in the Rust Belt, just get a Dremel or some kind of other grinder and grind away for every bolt. Other than that, I think that's everything for today. Like, comment, subscribe. More content coming soon. This season, I'm hoping to get like several more track days in. I missed the first one of the year, but that's just because I was a little bit busy with some other stuff. So hopefully we'll do better. More upgrades to come on the Miata. Actually some pretty big stuff to come. So all right, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later for more, and be safe out there.